Shalom, thank you for joining me. I extend a very warm welcome to you. This video is just to help answer the question, is the website worth your time and your money? I know there's so many scams and stuff out there, and I just want to clear up some things for you and help you, give you the information to make an informed decision. So I want to extend a very warm welcome to you. I'm glad you could join me now, and watching this video shows me you are a very special kind of person. It says a lot about the kind of person you are. It tells me that you are in the process of changing your life so that you can be in a healthy relationship. It tells me that you are very serious about this because you have committed your time to watch this, and it also tells me that you have found that the messages you are inundated with daily in the form of advertising, newspaper and television are not getting you closer to the relationship you want to have. It also tells me you have decided that you need to find out why it is not working, and more importantly that you have a drive to find the truth. Very few people do this. So just look around you and you will see there's many people that's not satisfied with their lives. For example, they are overweight but they don't do anything to change that. They just look for a miracle pill or a miracle shake and hope that somehow it's gonna solve their problem. Now same with dating or courtship. People want a miracle website, and that website is gonna provide their husband or their wife. Now I know most people don't see it that way, but we've got some people that see things that way, and they set them up for failure. It takes a certain kind of person to take real action and to commit to change. And I recognize these qualities in you because that's qualities I also have. And I invite you to become a relationship creator as I have done. I have met my wife online via a website, and we are married and we have 2 children now. So that was years ago, and my heart is to help people that are looking for somebody and they want to help use technology to help them to make connections with people. And that is what we do with Messianic Singles. It's a platform where you can create connections with people, be it friendships, pen pals, and people for fellowship. You will see these very nice tools that you can use to find people near you. I know how hard it is to be struggling with relationships, and I know that it's not always your fault, and that's why I make this video. To prove to you once and for all that your singleness problem is not your fault. I know how it feels. Your friends say things like, just go out with people, don't be so shy. I'll set up a blind date for you, and I'll show you how the so-called gurus have lied to you and what you can do to fix it. I'm a relationship consultant, and our group is introducing a solution for people who struggle with relationships like I used to, and now want to find someone to grow old with. Who do you know that might want to know more about something like that? Please help them by sharing this video and get the word out, because I would like to help as many people as possible, and I can only do so much. And if you help us in that, you will also be part of the solution and not part of the problem. So anyway, let me ask you this question. Have you ever met someone and the moment you met them, you really trusted them right away without even knowing why? Anyways, while you think about that, let me tell you this story. When you feel a great deal of trust for someone, you find your mind opening in a way that gets you really curious. Speaking to you as someone who loves to learn, I just wanted you to learn that in this video I'm going to cover 5 different topics, every one of which I think you will find interesting and worthwhile for your own reasons. In this video, we talk about discovering what it is about a relationship that you really want and how you can get it quickly. And part of the solution, that's going to be in 2 parts. Sometimes people don't know what they want from a relationship, and that's number A. And B is they know what they want, but they don't know how to get it. And question 2, also something that we're going to talk about, is does the creator want me to use a dating site? Do you fear you are doing the wrong thing by being a part of a dating site? Number 3 is fear of being scammed. Number 4, fear of rejection, and how to find like-minded members near you easily. Now, isn't it interesting how you can find your own reasons to get really excited about that? But as that's happening, I think you will agree that is the process of opening your mind to something really amazing. My name is Jan Willem, Jannie for short, and I'm glad you could join us now. And as you're listening to me, you'll learn some of the secrets believers use all the time. You'll also learn some pitfalls and how to avoid them. Oh, by the way, as I mentioned, one of the tools we have is messianicsingles.com, and I'll place a link to that at the bottom. Now, it's not necessary that you join, it's just a tool that's available. So as you tag along with me, let me tell you the story. As an introduction, let me give you some background. We discovered that people who want a relationship but don't have one have one of 2 problems. First, A, they don't know what they want from a relationship. And B, they know what they want but they don't know how to get it. So if I could help you figure out what it is you want and how to get it, that would make me feel great. And I believe that's why we are here on earth, is to help other people. So anyway, you are probably wondering how I could help you find a soulmate without draining your pocket. You might also wonder what exactly all this is about, isn't it? So to answer your question, let me tell you the story of my typical customer, Peter, a fictional character who volunteered or have been voluntold to help me explain how you can find your soulmate without draining your pocket. So one day, not so long ago, and not too far away, Peter and I made an appointment to get together for a visit at his place. After extending some pleasantries, Peter said, "Jannie, I've seen that you are very professional and I don't want to get into something that is just too expensive for me. So how much will this cost?" And I replied, "Peter, thank you for the compliment, and as you might have realized by now, I do this because I absolutely love helping people. I don't do it for the money. I receive the money, yeah, but that is not why I do it. Anyway, you'll just pay the consultation fee, and I guarantee you that if you're not 100% satisfied with what I have to show you, there will be no charge for anything else. Does that sound like a great deal to you, or what? Peter, sounds like a brilliant deal to me. What do I have to do to find my perfect match? He said, and we both smiled as he rubbed his belly. So Yanni, how do I get a date? Peter, just to make sure I understand your question, let me ask you, do you only want a date now, without draining your pocket? Or do you want to become someone who have healthy relationship habits as a lifestyle? And then Peter said, well, Yanni, after I found a date, I guess I should start working on my relationship skills to stay in a long-term relationship. I said, Peter, yes. And I would also suggest that when you have healthy relationship skills, you automatically communicate better. So why not first start learning relationship skills and automatically find women more interested in you? Or a man, because people tend to associate more with people that have a winning attitude. If you're negative, draining, people tend to avoid you. And you probably know this is true because you tend to avoid people that's negative and draining. I think that's just human nature. You know, just like a fit person has a lifestyle that supports his shape, an unfit person or a person that's out of shape also has a lifestyle that supports that shape. So as a person with a bad attitude repels people, and a person with a winning attitude attracts winners like him or her. Obviously, a good relationship consultant can help you form these new healthy habits easily. If you feel called to take better care of your relationships now, I am grateful that I have the resources you will need to start on your journey to a healthy relationship. Peter answered, Yanni, this sounds like a lot of work. Can't I just not join another miracle dating club or dating website? And the answer is, of course, you can do that. And what I found is that people join those type of websites and they charge you, I think, $50 a month, and a lot of times it's not even run by Messianics. There's one website, they claim to be free, and Messianic website, and then when you join them, the search is free, and then you go back and look at the advert and you say, oh, free search. Okay, so but now you want to contact the people and you see, but you have to pay for that. And then after a while you discover, but these people are not Messianic. And then you discover, but what these guys do is they have a free biker dating website, and they have a free fireman dating website, and a free nurse dating website. Now all of those are noble professions and noble people, and my challenge comes in now. They group all those people together and they give that to you and say free Messianic dating. I think that's very misleading. So I won't mention the website's name, but anyway, now they group all these people together, and you're under the impression that all 5,000 users on that website is Messianic, and that's not the case. but if you start talking to the people, you say Shabbat Shalom, or you say where can I find a Messianic fellowship in this area, because the people that you met on that website are from your area, and you say, no, this is a nurse, or it's a cop, or which is noble. It's just not what we're looking for. We were looking for Messianic. The connection would be a relationship, not the type of work the person do. The connection is the type of religion. So maybe if it's a Messianic nurse, that would be better in your case. But if you look for a nurse, I think you would go to a website that's open to that kind of people. So just to come back, Peter asked me, now, won't it be possible for me just to join another miracle dating website? So I said, Peter, that's one way to look at it. And my friend, would it be okay if I ask you another question? And he nodded, sure. So I continued, and I asked him, how many other websites have you tried in the past, and how did that work for you? Now, guessing that you, or assuming while you're watching this video, you are also searching for something, and you haven't found the tool that you need. So Peter answered, it worked for a while, but I got scammed sometimes, not always, but other times I just struggle to find someone. I go through all those blank profiles to find someone willing to write back. After I send 100,000 or so messages, I maybe get 1 or 2 responses. It just takes too much time. And that's usually how it goes with those type of websites. Think of it this way, do you take a super shower once a month, or do you take a plain, not too miraculous daily shower? Is it boring? Yeah. You don't necessarily like it, but do you look forward to it? I don't know of people looking forward to, hey, yes, today I'm gonna have my shower again. I don't know about that. Maybe if you've been camping in the bushes for a month or so and you didn't have a shower, you'll be excited about showering again. But anyway, if you do it consistently, I don't think it's very excited. So have faith, and you can make healthy relationships a joy. I definitely look forward to healthy relating every day. To be honest, I wouldn't be able to stick to those horrible websites either. And oh, by the way, there is some tools that we have so that you don't have to go through empty profiles. Now, on all websites you will get people that create a profile. I don't know why. Maybe they are bored or something, and then they create a profile, and so anyway, the tool we have, this article, the sure win method to find Messianic singles near you quickly, and I'll gonna put a link down at the bottom. And you can also look at the VIP members of MessianicSingles.com for real profiles. That's not just blank. That's people that are actively seeking, and they also pay to use the service. And usually people that put their money where their mouth is, they are serious. And you can have a look at, they have pictures too. It's not enough just to be a paid person. You have to go through certain qualifications, like having a picture. We have some other stuff that I'm not going to share publicly for obvious reasons, so that people don't just figure out the system and then get in and scam our members. So we have some filters to sort them out. So the basic question, what is a it about a relationship that is important to you? What do you want from a relationship? That's where I start with people. And so if people ask me, just to give you an example, why do I think people want to have a long-term relationship? I would say something like people want to have a relationship for different reasons. Some people want to have a relationship because of how they think they will feel when they are with that special person, and so they would feel, for example, more secure. Others want to have someone who can go on adventures with them, and that will make them feel more free and adventurous. Others want to have someone with whom they can belong and who will make them feel more connected and a sense of belonging somewhere. And then you have others that want to have someone who recognizes their differences and that will make them feel unique, feel that they stand out, and maybe you feel, I am from a certain religion and I want a spouse that believes like I do. Or you just feel you want to meet like-minded people. There are also others who want a relationship in which they can grow with that special person, and you feel you can read scriptures together, pray together, and have set apart children, have an offspring in his image, and yet others want a relationship in which they can contribute or make their mark. Like someone who feels he's making a worthy contribution in his home by teaching his children scriptural ways and supporting his family. So let me tell you Peter's story. Peter said, this is really interesting and makes a lot of sense to me. Where do I start? How do I get a date? He continued. So, to start with, Peter, let me ask the most important question of all. What is it about finding a date that is important to you? How do you mean? I just want to get a date, man, he asked me, perplexed. So I answered, you see, Peter, many people think I am in the dating business, but actually what I do is much bigger than connecting people through a website. I don't merely help people find a date. My passion is to help people like you to never have to date again. To become a person with a healthy lifestyle, I'd love to help people make intelligent choices about your money, your time, and your effort, so that you can get from where you are now to where you want to go, taking your current resources and relationship building skills and other habits into consideration. You and I would not be talking right now if your relationship status were not that important to you, would we? As he nods, I continued, please help me to understand, what is it about dating that is important to you? Peter said, well, I am alone and I am looking for someone to belong to. I also want someone I can trust and feel secure that she would not cheat on me. So I said, that's a good point and I'm glad you made it. A healthy relationship to me means you are with someone you can trust. I want to help you to make intelligent choices about finding your soulmate, but in order to do that, you will agree that it makes sense for me to understand the basics first. I need to know the basics to determine if I'm indeed in a position to help you or not. Just like a good mechanic would inspect your vehicle for hidden faults that might need attention, and just like a good doctor would also first diagnose and see what's the problem. Where a bad doctor wants you to tell him what's wrong with you. Now, if you knew what's wrong with you, why do you go to the doctor? So a lot of times people come with a relationship challenge and they don't know what it is, and I have to understand where they're coming from so that I can help them make the leap. And to make sure what the client thinks is the problem is actually the true problem. My coaching is the use of personal coaching techniques to bring about long-term relationship success. The aim is to establish the cause of relationship struggles and to put the responsibility for healthy behaviors firmly in the individual's court. Based upon the relationship between attitude and the mind, how we think, mind-body connection, my consulting or coaching is a holistic approach, because I also take into consideration the spiritual needs, and it's not just dating. In my coaching, I borrow techniques from scriptures, social science, emotional intelligence and psychology, amongst other disciplines. Relationship coaching recognizes that it is not just dating that leads to long-term success. Dating has long been associated with finding a marriage partner, but less known associations like money, maybe that's maybe people start realizing that later, because most divorces is about money. Security and stress have also been shown to affect relationships. So I use many techniques. For example, the concept of modeling, where I will identify the behaviors associated with those of individuals with healthy relationships and help the struggling individual to adopt many of these behaviors themselves. And modeling is basically just like how a child models their parent. They would say things after you and stuff like that. So the process will involve establish which of the behaviors will serve you best and how to make it easier to follow such helpful behaviors. And will also work with you to establish what your original beliefs, values and behaviors associated with relationships and the opposite sex. These can be explored with a view to adopt adaptations of these beliefs and behaviors that will be of benefit to you, while replacing those that are not beneficial. I can also help to keep you in touch with your desire to be in a relationship and stay motivated. A lot of people lose motivation along the way, and I can help you stay motivated too. I will also help you set realistic goals and develop a plan to maintain them. This plan can include actions, research and education. This is not just a few pickup lines or conversation starters. A plan is also driven by the individual, so it is tailored to them and not just a generic one-size-fits-all plan. I will help to consolidate all the ideas of the individual into steps which take them towards finding a soulmate. This is often the part we struggle with. I do not tell the individual what to do nor how. That is for the individual to determine once we've developed a personalized plan. I could guide them if needed, but I focus on more than mere pickup lines and stuff like the superficial stuff, because you can have great pickup lines, but if you're a jerk, you only gonna go to level 1 of a relationship. You're never gonna get to level 5, but that's for a different video. So I work in a variety of methods. The most common is one-to-one consulting, either by Skype, telephone, or face-to-face. Sometimes I work in groups, running classes and workshops. Less common is e-consulting, which is working via text, WhatsApp, email, webinars, and instant messaging. I'm also working to launch online courses where email support and exercises are given to the subscribers to work on their own pace. So if that sounds like a lot of work, you don't have to do it. It's just available. I'm just giving that as a background, because that's not stuff that you can see on the website. So to you watching now, my question is, what is most important about finding a relationship, finding your soulmate? What is it that you want to achieve? Because a lot of websites, they just focus on what they have to offer you, but they don't show you how, and even if what they have can help you get where you want to go. But if I know where you want to go and I have a tool that can show you how to get there, we can bring the two together. But if I cannot do it, I can tell you, my friend, what you're looking for is a service that we do not provide, and if I have a referral, I can say maybe you can go try that place, but I can't help you, so I save you time and your money. So for me, it's very important, basic, to know what it is that you want. So I know it is a strange question to a lot of people, because I bet no other dating coach or dating site has ever asked this question to you before, have they? What Peter said is, well, no. They just wanted me to hear all about their miracle dating website that cost me a lot of money. And I replied, that's a pity they didn't. Because how can any professional person help you to make smart relationship choices if they do not understand what it is that's important to you about relationships? For example, some of my clients want to get in shape, and we work out a meal plan and exercise program. Then as I work with them, I discover they struggle with fear, feeling a deep need for emotional protection. They're running away from their feelings. They have a deep insecurity, which drives them to eat. Thus, no matter how good a meal plan we come up for them, they can't stick to it. We first have to work through the emotions. So they think the problem is too fat, while in reality it's an emotional problem, or a hurt. And winners know they don't necessarily want food, they want a change in the emotional state. So we figure out ways of changing the state, and the better they feel, the less they need a fix that they get from food. So naturally, then it's much easier to eat healthy and stay motivated. So to give you some idea of what I'm talking about, let's use a metaphor. First, you have to remove the trauma and let the wound heal, and then strengthen it. What I mean with that is this: with a hurting foot, you could force yourself to go jogging, but it is very draining and it takes a lot of effort, especially when you step on it. So, not to mention the loads of willpower you need to go jogging with a hurting foot. So the solution is easy. First, remove the cause of pain, a thorn in this case, let it heal, and then strengthen it by going for a jog. So to be at the optimum level of strength, removing the thorn is effective but not enough. One must build capacity, but that can only be done after healing. Now, a lot of people want to force things with willpower, and that causes issues. People want to lose weight but they struggle because they have not removed the trauma first. The same with relationships. Some people in their mind, they linked up relationships is pain, and then they avoid relationships. But then they get so lonely at times, then they try again, and then they remember, oh, last time it was so painful, so they sabotage their relationship. Or they are in a great relationship, and then they remember, but the relationships equals pain, so I better get out before the pain happens again, and then they're back to square one. So it's always that self-sabotaging thing going on. So we first have to resolve the cause of the solution, the hurting emotions. For example, let's say Sandy doesn't feel secure in her husband's love, which causes her to reach for food to comfort her. This feeling of insecurity might be caused by whether or not the husband transmits his love and or her ability to interpret or receive the love he sends. So we first have to resolve the cause of her feelings of insecurity, and then she will almost automatically not crave comfort foods anymore. Doing it this way make getting in shape and finding a soulmate almost effortlessly. Of course there's effort involved, but you don't feel that draining. A person that jogs every morning doesn't go up and say, I have to go jog again. They like it. And the same with relationships can happen for you. You can like being in a relationship, and you'll discover that relationships don't exist. Relating does. And personal problems become relationship problems. For example, if you spend too much money and you don't budget, you will naturally be attracted to somebody who is a good budgeter and more organized. It will be challenging for her to put up with your spending habits, and that is one of the reasons marriages end over money. So although this may sound like a strange question, I'm gonna ask it again. So going back to the question, what is it about long-term stable relationships that's important to you? And I noticed I put on a headset, and Peter then continued to answer, oh, I see. I know there is no quick fix, but all of this stuff they advertise make it sound so easy. Just sign up for our relationship coaching, or join our very expensive website. And I never had to do with a relationship consultant like you. So please forgive me for treating you like a salesperson. I thought we would just get together and I would miraculously start to date. I guess what you say makes sense, and had me thinking I need to take responsibility for my own relationships and stop looking for a miracle website or pill that will bail me out of my wrong behavior patterns. And sometimes it's not you that have the problem. Sometimes it's that you don't find Messianics near you. Most people are other religions, and you would prefer a Messianic. So it's not always your fault. And anyway, back to Peter's story. He said, I want to feel great and not be alone all the time. I was looking for the easy way out. So I could tell you he was a bit down, so I encouraged him. I said, Peter, please don't be so hard on yourself. I know you have what it takes. The cards were just stacked against you. Dating is effective, and you know that it is not enough. Accepting responsibility for your singleness is a great start, There are so many people that don't want to take responsibility. You did. You are searching for answers. I really admire that. It says a lot about the kind of person you are. It tells me you are in the process of changing your life so that you can be a healthy person and be in a healthy relationship. It tells me that you are very serious about it because you have committed your time and your money to do a consultation. It tells me that you have found that messages we get all the day in the form of advertising and newspaper, television, conventional wisdom are not getting you closer to the relationship you want. And it tells me you have decided that you need to find out why it is not working, and more importantly that you have the drive to find the truth. And very few people do this. Look around you. You see people all around you and they talk about change, but they don't do anything about it. They just look for a miracle pill or a shake. It takes a certain type of person to take real action and to commit to change. And I recognize that in you. And I'm inviting you to become a relationship creator as what I've done. As I saw his eyes lighting up again, I continued. Anyway, to get back to your question, what you are telling me is that if you start making healthy relationship choices, you will feel great and be together with someone. Yes. Now, Peter, what's important about not being alone to you? And Peter said, when I am with someone, it will mean we can do what we want to do. When we want to do it, and two can live as cheaply as one, and we can use the extra money to travel a bit. In other words, it will give us more freedom to do the things we really want to do. Then I said, Peter, that's very interesting, and what's important to you about freedom? And he said, I will be able to spend more time with my family. I will be able to do the things I always wanted to do and never had a partner to do. Like learning new skills and traveling a lot more. I think if I have all the freedom in the world, I will lead a more balanced life than I do now. I will definitely make more time to exercise. Because the wife can do one thing and I can do another thing, where at the moment I have to do everything myself. And then I answered Peter, okay Peter, so let's assume for one moment you are in the position of having the time to spend with your family, and that you have the time to do the things you always wanted to do, as well as the time to exercise more and lead a balanced life. What is it that's important about being in that position to you? And Peter said, well, I guess you can say I will feel satisfied with what I have achieved in life. And I said, achievement means different things to different people. Peter, can you please tell me a bit more specifically what's important about achievement in life to you? And he said, well, Yanni, that is a difficult question. When I am happy with what I have achieved in life, I guess I will be in a position to be able to help others. I can, for example, teach them how I became a believer and perhaps even make a difference in their life. Or maybe I could tell them how I used to struggle with women and now have a relationship and make a difference. And I said, that's great. And could you please tell me what's important about helping people and making a difference in their lives to you? And Peter said, you know, Yanni, I think that is why, or what life is really all about. I think we were born to help others to grow, and I think this may be my true calling here on earth. I would really like to help others to improve the quality of their lives. I really love kids and would like to see my own kids grow up. I want to be there for them and not die before my time. I said, Peter, this sounds great and noble. And do you think there is anything more important to you than the feeling you will get when you help others and you see your kids grow up? And Peter said, no, I don't think so. If I can be around to see my grandchildren and help others to discover their full potential, I will feel really great. And I said, well, Peter, let's assume we were fortunate enough to put a strategy in place that would help put you in a position where you would have more love and passion. Would you be ready to solve your problem now? And Peter said, yes, definitely. Thus Peter and I continue to work out a personal plan for him, because now we know what's important and we are reading from the same page. And I asked some questions to assess where he is at the moment. So Peter, what have you done in the past and how did that work for you? I've gone to clubs and bought women drinks and then we chatted, but that is not for me. That was before he became a believer. Most of them have no interest in the religion, he said. I have joined many dating sites and you find strange women there. I think it is people who struggle with relating to others that uses sites like that. So I said, that's not worthy and it seems like you need a good coach. One that could help you take charge of yourself so that you can do what you know you should do, when you should do it, and whether you feel like it or not. And Peter said, I was hoping you could help me with that, with a smile on his face. So I said, I can, and let's get going. What is your strategy for finding a mate? Peter said, I don't actually have a strategy. I just go out and meet people. I don't want to sound scripted. So I said, that's a good point. So I asked him, what does your favorite movie and your favorite song have in common? And Peter said, me, since I like them both. And I said, true enough, they both also have been practiced from a script. The actors got so good, you would not even know they are scripted. What I mean is that if we say something that we say someone sounds scripted, we actually mean they have not practiced enough, or we mean they are newbies, right? And Peter said, yes, I get what you are saying, so you want me to rehearse some pickup lines. And I said, pickup lines is effective but not enough, and we can talk about that when we talk about tactics. So no, that is not what I mean. I mean, what is your strategy? For example, my father gave me this strategy. Friendship first, then you choose a spouse out of your best friends. And how do you do that? There are many ways you can do that. The good old-fashioned way was to go to community events and meet people there. Meet at, for example, at a farmer's market, then you become acquainted, and then you visit more often and you become friends. Nowadays you have social media sites like Messianicsingles.com that help you connect with single Messianics, and it does that very well when you use it correctly. You can get scams on some of the other sites. Another easy way is to use a forum like Messianicsingles.webs.com. I'll put a link in the bottom. you can comment on a woman's topic and you start chatting with her about what she's interested in, and you see how she responds. If she talks, writes, or actually writes back, you keep going for friendship. If she avoids you, you just start talking to somebody else. Anyway, so my strategy was to make lots of friends so that I could learn what I like and what I don't like in women. I made a list of what I wanted in a wife and what I didn't want, and then I got a marketing team together, my father and some other friends, and asked them to introduce me to singles that met my criteria. So some soulmate finding secrets, as you might read it, or yeah, I'll put up some tools at the bottom of the video. You will learn some of the secrets that smart, healthy people use all the time to find good quality soulmates. So my question is, did you know some women just use men? For example, my Messianic friend's father, I don't think he's a believer. He had a girlfriend. She stayed with him and was on the phone a lot. She claimed she was on the phone with her sister. Then one day, his father woke up and she was gone. She maxed out his credit cards, transferred all his savings to one of her accounts, and took the cash they had. She didn't pay their bills. She took all that money. Handled his finances for some time, and then she's gone. So bills are behind, and credit cards are maxed, savings gone. After reporting her, he learned that she did that with other men before him. Since she's a spendthrift, he will never get the money back from her. She will only go to jail, and he still have to pay all the debts she made. Now Peter said, no, I didn't know that women would take advantage of me. Why is that? And I replied, hopefully believers don't do things like that, but how do you know she is a true believer? It is easy for them to hide their personal problems, and I will show you some ways you can test a person. The first thing is never ask. Look for the smoking gun yourself. Will a thief tell you they stole? No. Maybe if they want to brag about it, but most of the time they don't talk about it. They have to be drunk or they want to brag about it. And so if they would have asked for it in the first place. So if a person was truly honest with you, they wouldn't steal in the first place. They would ask, hey man, I need this, or I notice you have this extra, can I have it? So obviously asking a liar if they lie is pointless. Why do you ask a liar if they lie? They're not going to tell you the truth. Anyway, more about that later. So action step for you. What is it about relationships that's important to you? Let's pause the video and print out a checklist and discover what it is exactly that you really want out of your relationship, and you can use this on your own, or if you should discover that you don't know exactly what to do next, you could share it with me and I could share some ideas with you. Then when you email it to me, we could chat about part B, how to find it quickly. So just as a recap, we're now doing part A, and next we do part B. And for part B, I need your input for this. Then we're gonna talk about point 2 also. Are you unsure whether the creator wants you to use a dating site? And are you fearing that you're doing the wrong thing? or point 3, fear of being scammed, and point 4, fear of rejection, and point 5, how to find like-minded members near you quickly and easily. So let's stop the video. I notice it's a bit longer than I was hoping for. So I'm gonna cut the video here, and you can print it and share it with me to help with your unique part B. And you could skip this step and lose out on the added value that you will not get any other way. But I don't want you to lose out. I want you to get the most of your time with me. So please, after the video, print the checklist so that you can refer back to it. We're going to use this in the next video, part B. If you could please download it, I'll put the link at the bottom, and then we can chat about it. Shalom.